Hello everyone. Let us learn factorial logic using recursive function. Okay. So factorial can be solved in many ways. So using recursion, today we will try to learn. Okay. So let us write a program to demonstrate factorial using recursion first. Then let us have a discussion. Okay. So how to write a factorial logic? We already know how to write a factorial logic using a normal uh, using loops. We have learned how to write a program in the previous lecture. So using simply, we can write a program. Then we can convert into using a function. This function which will calculate factorial of a given number using iterative logic. Now compared to iterative, recursive factorial can be written very easy. So let us learn how to write this. Okay. So very simply, what you do is the recursive logic advantage is how you think in the same way you can write. So let us write a prototype for recursive function. So long, the function name is what? Recursion, R fact. So R factorial of int n. This is a function prototype. Prototype of the function. Now let us write a function. So let us accept a number, printf, enter a number. Okay. So enter a number and accept using scanf percentile d comma ampersand. This is the basic to calculate a factorial. So once you accept, you will calling recursive factorial. So R factorial using recursive. Okay. So the function name is what? R factorial. The function name is R factorial. So this is what function call. So what is a recursion? Whenever a function calls itself, that is called as recursion. So let us put it in a printf statement once you write it. Now the function name is what? R factorial, which will return long value as a return type and which will receive one number as a return. Then what is the basic idea of calculating a factorial? Assume that you want to calculate 99 factorial. How will you calculate a 99 factorial? You simply think 99 into 98 factorial. 98 will think about 98 into 97. Like that, it will be deviated to the minimum problem which we can solve, which is 0 or 1. So what is the condition we check is, we have to check the condition. If n double equal to 0, then the value is return 1. So the minimum calculation of the factorial is what? 0 or 1. Both can be minimums. Okay. Now, otherwise what you have to do, we have to call the 99 factorial means what? 99 into 98 factorial. So 99 into R factorial of 99 minus 1, which is 90. So like this, we can write a very simple logic for recursion. So check the number whether it is equals to 0, is equals to 0, return 1. Otherwise, you have to keep on calling the function again and again until it reaches to the end. Now, let us learn to execute this program. So printf factorial answer is equal to factorial of percentile d is percentile d is equal to, then close this and comma, then we are calling a function. So what is the logic you are writing? In comma r factorial of n minus, which is nothing but. Now let us compile this program. Let us save this program first. It is recursive factorial dot p. Let us compile and let us run the program. Now, once you run the program, once I say factorial of 5, the factorial of 5 is 1. So we are giving the factorial in a most simplest way. Are we clear? So similar to the previous lectures, using printf you can prove which function is calling which function. Are we clear? So if at all you want to learn how this program is getting solved using a simple recursive logic, let us prove this. Okay. So as we know that return statement will be the last statement. So printf factorial r factorial of percentage d is calling r factorial of percentage d minus nothing but percentage d. D will be calculated, which will be what? N comma n minus. Okay. And we can also return once the answer is calculated using simple printf r factorial of percentage d is returning comma. Okay. So simply we are saying n comma answer. The factorial answer is return, which is nothing but the returning answer. R factorial is returning answer. Are we clear? Which is nothing but n. So let us compile this program. So always we know that this the statement must be the last statement. R factorial percentage d is returning an answer. This else block must be closed. Now using this printf statement, we are able to prove how this function is called. So the factorial 5 is calling factorial of 4, factorial of 4 is calling factorial of 3, 3 is calling 2, 2 is calling 1, and 1 is calling 0. Finally, it is returning an. Okay. So as we know that after the return statement, the statement will not be executed. So whatever the work you are able to print can be displayed using just using a simple printf. Here we are able to demonstrate how this problem is executed. So we can comment if at all you. So in order to minimize the problem, we will remove all this so that the problem should look very small. So the compared to recursive logic, the iterative logic looks complex. Now let us see here. So this is a recursive logic in the left hand side, whereas an iterative logic is very easy and small to write. The length of the code is reduced, and for the programmer point of view, it is very easy to write. So let us demonstrate how we are writing using factorial using recursion. So the factorial recursive approach is, so whenever you are getting a complex problem like this, 99 factorial, immediately we want to minimize the problem where programmer should feel easy to write a program which is possible using recursion. Are we clear? So using recursion, let us solve. So there are two ways to solve the problem, using iterative approach and using recursion. Using iterative means what? We use loops. Using recursion means what? We use function calls to transfer the control. So in iterative approach, loops, and in recursive logic, we use function. So recursive can be explained in simple diagram. So recursion is minimizing the problem into most minimizing easiest level. Okay. So what is a recursion? Whenever a function calls itself, then it is called as recursion. So doing a problem again and again using a simple solution. So when a function calls a copy of call to itself, then it is called as recursion. And in the simple diagram, we are showing how the factorial 5 is calling 4, 3, 2, 1, and the answer how you are getting back. So always every recursive function will have two cases, base case, and if it is not a base case, you have to keep on calling again and again. Once you reach to the base case, you have to stop. In our factorial problem, the base case is what? If the number is 0 or 1, we will stop. So in our program, we have made it 0, but you can also write it to 1. So it is always important to write a base condition in recursive logic, because otherwise it will go to infinity. So in this example, what we have written, the recursive 5 is calling recursive 4, 4 is calling 3, 3 is calling 2, 2 is calling 1, and 1 is calling 0, and you are getting the answer back. So that is about recursive function using in order to implement a factorial program. So let us see the logic of recursion, which is nothing but a program which is easy to write compared to the iterative logic. Of course, there are some advantages and disadvantages compared to iterative and recursion, but from the programmer point of view, it is very easy to execute, easy to write a program for the complex problem. Thank you for listening to the lecture. In the next lecture, we will try to solve one more problem. Thank you so much for listening to the class. See you again.